Welcome everybody to the Rap Cave podcast. Another side quest for you, giving you a bunch of bonus content as y'all celebrate the holidays with your family. I'm Chris Platte, and with me are some of my closest dogs. I got Birdie, always cozy, and then I got my man Crisp Apples. Listen, this one is fun. So this side quest, we've done a couple, but this side quest I really enjoy. So this started with me listening to J. Cole's podcast, Inevitable. And I'm going to do a review on that. I know I was the only one in this room that really listened to it at all, so I'm going to do my own solo thing. I'm going to do that as extra content for y'all cuz I think it should be highlighted. It's not talked about enough. But a quote that came from it was when Cole was looking for a hit, right? He's looking for a hit. This is early, right when he signed to Roc Nation. This is before Sideline Story. This is before Workout Plan. He's looking for that hit because back in the day, that's how labels operate. We need that hit from you. Then you can get to your album. So he was releasing these mixtapes and all of that, but he couldn't find that one. And he was struggling to find that one. He wanted that one, but he couldn't get it. So then he went to Hove. And, he didn't disrespect Hove, but he was like, hey, I feel like the label looks at me as like, I'm not one of them ones.
Right.
And Jay-Z replied, I could feel a graveyard with the ones. So that got me to sit back and think, who are some of the ones for you? Like, who are the people that you listen to and you are like, that's it. You could do, and you could take this both ways because I got notes on both. I got ones I could take victory laps on, and I got ones where I could be like, ugh. Hell, I'm wearing one right now. I'll just shout it out right now. Shout out my guy, Dave East. I thought Dave East was going to be one of them ones. I heard Kyrie Chanel, that storytelling, the cosign from Nas, the hits that he had on that thing. Mm-hmm. I thought Dave East was gonna be one of them ones, and it turned out. Listen, he's a good rapper. He's a respected rapper. He gets shouted out by a lot of the goats, but he was not one of them ones.
Mm-hmm. Well, I historically had some really good calls early on.
You did have some good calls early on.
Denzel Curry being one. Denzel Curry I've listened to since before he had a small following.
Yeah.
Is he one of them?
But yeah, that's where I was gonna get to. Is like, is he one of them ones, or is he just someone you got right? Because like I'm talking the ones of this guy's gonna be a star, like a star. Because Denzel's cold. We all like Denzel. This is a Denzel friendly podcast. Shout out Denzel Curry. But
yeah,
one of them ones. One of them superstars. I thought Dave East was going to be a superstar. I thought Dave East was going to be the next version of the street conscious rapper that was commercially successful.
Well, there was, for me, always being on a Mac early, but it's hard because I think he was just on the cusp of becoming
I think he is a superstar.
I mean,
it was a superstar for his passing.
But
I think that would count as more of a one than Denzel for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess that's true because Mac was doing bigger shows already at the end of his career,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, but no, Mac's definitely one that I clocked really early, and what does suck is because of his passing, it's like I think he was right on the cusp of going
another level,
1,000 times further.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
Birdie, you got a one. You can take a victory lap, or you can dunk on yourself. I got notes on both.
My one that I think could have been something and didn't reach his full potential, and definitely had to start off is Lupe Fiasco. Lupe Fiasco was phenomenal when he came out.
He's still, to this day, he's a fucking phenomenal rapper.
I'm standing 10 toes down that he's been blackballed. I don't care what nobody says.
I do absolutely think that's true.
He has. I also don't know if he would have. I guess he could have definitely occupied the Cole space.
The problem that
He
I've
would have been right above Cole.
I think so.
and it got further. Like
I think that's fair. I'm
now-
with that. I'm riding with that.
Let's exclude like food and liquor.
Honestly,
and the cool.
I put him.
right?
He would have been a little bit less than what Kendrick is right now.
Yeah, I just don't think he had the versatility Kendrick has.
But look, let's exclude
But
in Lupe's discography. Let's exclude like the cool and food and liquor. What my problem is with Lupe and what I think he lacks, which is the same problem I have with Eminem, is that you can rap incredibly fucking well, but you really struggle to make a good song.
Right, and that's why that's why I don't think he would have been Kendrick.
But after the cool was like his downfall. Like that's like where
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After that, but I'm saying. So he was able to do, and Eminem was able to do it
But
at
also,
one point.
I'm saying
also
what
you look
he
at
could
this-
have been, what he was supposed to become was in the era of the cool. So like, that's like when he started doing all that little shit on stage, talking about how he was blackballed, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel
was
like
he
that.
talking about that back then?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no, he was. I mean, look, part of the reason he's blackballed, and I'm not defending the label because fuck the label, but part of the reason he was blackballed is because he was screaming, "Hey guys, I'm blackballed." Like he was, like that was part of it, and
And
they're
so
like,
they were
okay,
like,
well, go fuck yourself
For sure,
then.
yeah.
All right, well, you think you're blackballed? Here, now you're actually blackballed.
No, but again, on the surface, you got to think also like the label doesn't make the music; you make the fucking music.
You do, but the label
still,
is the
you got-
engine that,
You gotta
Right,
think,
but
you gotta
you're
think about
especially those times.
you gotta think about the type of shit that can play on somebody mental from being
which is
arguably top 3 to now I can barely work with anybody in the industry
Yeah,
without.
no, I
being,
mean, I definitely get your point because that could be a detriment when it comes to how you make music and the degree, but it still stands of like, somebody can make music in their bedroom and it's the best thing you've ever heard. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
and,
yeah.
and so
there definitely
so-
are
so-
means to get it done.
So
without,
and,
yes.
and the thing
I
is
agree.
that Lupe was still. I mean, it's not like nobody had respect for him, like as far as regular people. And but if you look at his more recent work, it's not nearly up to par with what he was doing at that time. Yeah. And that's like the thing that's
drained.
That's the thing.
He's drained,
yeah,
man.
but
He's being fucked over. You know what I'm saying? People playing with his name.
But there's a
and
lot
now,
of
and
people
now
who
he's
have
doing
been
what he
fucked by
wants
the
to do.
industry.
He's
yeah,
not
now he's
playing the
doing what he
game.
want to do. He's just
He's not playing the game.
mediocre now. All right,
He's not
whatever.
playing the. Yeah,
But I'm
he's not
talking
playing
about
the
what he
story.
could have been.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying that's what I think. I think that down.
So
the
you're
line,
putting a
I
little
think
bit on him as well.
I'm saying I think he ran out of gas in the tank, as a lot of people
Okay.
do, like Eminem, when it comes to like making actual songs. Maybe it has to do with the people that you have around you and how that changes.
Crazy.
And,
So Chris is pro corporation.
No,
I'm okay with. I'm fucking with you. No, I get what.
But you get what I'm saying with
Yeah.
Lupe? It's like
Think about his biggest songs. Like, what makes you think he can't make a good song?
because he doesn't do it. He hasn't done it in years.
And I also don't think.
Since
I don't think he
Where,
could.
where,
have.
2000
where do you?
what?
But listen,
Hold
though,
on,
because
let
I'm
me say
saying
this.
Food and Liquor 2 was the last actual respectable Lupe
Let me
album.
say this. I don't think he could have done several kick pushes. That's my that
Yeah.
comes down to my thing.
what you
It's
mean
like
he got a song bigger than Kick
is
Push.
like I know, but I'm saying I'm just taking a hit of his in general, and I'm saying I'm saying with Lupe, what made him work was in a sense. That's why I feel like he could have occupied the Cole space, where Cole has a couple of hits, right?
Yeah,
but
he
he
could.
does. But he actually didn't have a number one until Drake. Like, and I think that's kind of a similar perspective of where Lupe was. So like, Lupe could have been a star because Cole is a superstar. So Cole is definitely. I'm not saying he can't be. I'm on your side of it, but I also see his side of it in that he's not this like super duper what if to me, because I think the map of what he was gonna be was pretty clear. Did he get blackballed and stunned by his label? Absolutely. But do I think that his ceiling, for example, in basketball, right? Like, we all have basketball players where, like, we know they didn't reach their potential, but just because they didn't reach their potential doesn't mean their potential was Michael Jordan. You get what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with Lupe. Like, I'm, like, in the middle of you two. I'm more so on your side because, like, there definitely was a black, and I know you agree with the blackballing part of it. So I think he would have been a superstar because Cole, by every metric, is a superstar. I think he would have been a Cole version or a better version of J. Cole. but I also don't see this world in which he reaches the atmospheres that Kendrick did, that Drake did, that some of these other artists did. So could he have been a lot better than what he was? Absolutely. But I don't necessarily think that level is this unlimited potential. I don't think we're looking at Lupe as I don't see a world in which Lupe goes down as the greatest rapper of all time.
Right.
Man, and listen,
That's where
motherfuckers
that's
be
where I'm
telling
at.
me Black Thought is one of the greatest rappers of all time. You know what I'm saying? You telling me somebody who made something like Superstar couldn't have been one of them ones? He could have at least been. He definitely would have been. Well, J. Cole is 3 out of the top 3. I was gonna say top 3,
But well, yeah. I mean, I see what you mean. But I think like Black
he
Thought.
made Superstar. He made what's the song? What's the song with Kanye West?
Touch the Sky.
Touch the Sky. You got Kick Push. You got
Yeah,
the
no,
song
he had
called?
the ability. Again, he had the ability.
But
to,
listen though,
hip-hop-
we gotta understand
the
this
song
little
Superstar,
this
yeah.
little amount of time span that he put all these songs out. Like it's not a
we've
big.
seen
It's not
artists
5
have good
years.
runs.
It's not 5, huh?
We've seen artists have good runs. For
No,
example,
yeah,
Lil Baby.
It was a small amount of time, but that's what I'm saying. It's been.
But Lil Baby ain't getting blackballed. That's the thing. Lil Baby just now
Fell off.
he just doesn't have
But you don't
variety to keep his
Remember-
ship afloat.
Let me put it to you like this: you had the great take, which I'm jealous of. One of the best takes in the history of this podcast is you had the take of Lil Baby would be in the position Gunna benefited from having that go
Going to
away
jail,
extent
yeah.
because he kind of is what he is. You know what to expect from a Gunna project. That momentum would have wore off like it has with Lil Baby. The difference was Lil Baby was still outside, so he was still dropping music. So people got sick of that one
wore off
dimension.
quicker.
So Lupe, different artists than Lil Baby and Gunna, but I think there is a similar stint of like, okay, you look at this 2-3 year stretch. A lot of people have 2-3 year stretch. Jeezy had one of the best 2 to 3 year stretches in rap
way longer
history.
stretch than that.
He's been again, I'm not trying to say he only had those 2-3 years. You're misinterpreting what I'm saying. But them 2-3 years.
I'm trying to figure out where the 2-3 years
them 2-3 years
stand out so much
them
as opposed
2-3
to his whole run. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, that
his whole run was just
05 that 05 to 08 09 window.
Yeah, fucking.
bro.
That's
he
a 3
still
to 4
just
year window.
was just smacking out hitters like
What are the hitters past 2010?
Past 2010, we got R.I.P. We just killed the club. We got my nigga with
that's
YG. We got what's that song called?
Okay,
fuck.
you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
Bro,
I
he got
apologize.
so much shit, bro. I
Yeah,
just
you're
can't
right.
even think
My
of it.
my timeline was wrong. I apologize. I'll remove Jeezy from
But
that
You got
conversation.
the song with
his,
that-
his main.
But my
his
point-
main
all
big
there,
run was
all
that-
there.
Yeah, my point
but
is-
see, but
thank you.
Lupe has
Thank
not
you.
had that.
My apologies,
Not-
Jeezy.
Since Lasers came out in 2009, Lupe has not had that. Or since Food and Liquor 2 in 2011, 2010? Food and Liquor 2?
Food liquor. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was something like that. 'Cause
We were in high school.
Yeah.
But like even okay, let's say since that, like there has not been one song by Lupe that has stood out at all.
This is the thing.
Well,
though.
that's what
This is the
what
thing.
he's arguing.
This-
That's
this-
why I'm with you.
This is my thing though. When you is signed to a label, when you working with a label, they make you work a certain way to evolve your sound.
Right.
You just doing shit by yourself is way different than actually working with a label. So this is why I'm
agree.
saying that he had
with you.
he had way more potential when like bro, the shit he was putting out when he was with the label was like fucking insane, bro. Like the hits he was putting out that I already named, Kick Push, fucking Daydream with Jill Scott.
That song was
fucking
huge.
bro, like
Yeah.
Hip Hop Saved My
No,
Life.
I think and Jeezy was a bad example, so I get that.
I say Gucci
Or,
Mane.
the-
Gucci Mane
what was the-
had
what
a
was the
2
bit-
like
the show
3
goes
year
on
wrong.
was the fucking hit of the year that year.
Well, yeah,
I give you the pass and dunk on the take, but other than the Jeezy part of the take was valid, and we've seen rappers have these 2 to 3 year mega runs. And then after that, the sound shifts, the sound changes, or they don't evolve enough. And Lupe, I think he would have evolved just because I think he could spit over any type of instrumental, but I don't think he would have had the same commercial success. I think he would have settled into a Cole position, which is still a superstar. So I'm still with you, but I don't want to get stuck on him. I want to have this podcast named like a whole bunch of other ones because,
Right.
you know who's another one who I really thought about, and like we all gonna sit here and like I put this one in bold caps because I listed like 20, but yeah, crack one for this one. Chance.
That's great.
That's a good one.
Now, I think that he could be a rare instance.
We all thought he was one of them once. Now, he did it to himself. But,
Yeah, he absolutely did it to himself. But we are potentially...
But we thought he was one of them once.
We are potentially on the verge of the greatest comeback in history.
I don't think so. Let me just nip that in the bud. I don't think...
Greatest.
I don't think that Chance. I think can Chance deliver a project that rap nerds love? Yes, but can he ever recapture that momentum that he had? Not a chance.
No.
I'm not gonna
What
lie.
he can do is put out a good project that rap nerds like us that listen to every single drop every single week.
No, he sabotaged his own career for sure.
We can appreciate the next Chance project that comes out, but will it permeate the same way Coloring Book did? Will it permeate the same way Acid Rap? No, not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance.
No.
No pun intended.
No, it definitely won't because he. Also,
It's gonna be a good project. I have faith that
but-
it's gonna be a good project.
And I'm 100% sure it's gonna be like
3033 is fire.
that. Stars Out's fucking fire.
Yeah.
All the songs he's done recently have been fired, but like. Will it permeate like those? No, unfortunately.
So that's why
that's
why I got to push back on the comeback part.
With how big Acid Rap is, but
Yeah.
I'm saying to the point where he's back and like because everybody knows how terrible that album was.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows how terrible that fucking album was.
He has
Like,
to. He is yet to have a record address that, and he needs to address that on the album. If he just addresses that times were tough, but he doesn't actually take accountability for that garbage,
There's no fucking way.
then
He
I'm
has
fucking
to.
punting him to the moon. So Chance was another one to me that I think everyone in this room when we were in that era, we thought all Chance was going to be the one, and he was going to be the one.
And Coloring Book was fantastic.
He was kind of the one for a moment. He just didn't maintain
Coloring
that.
Book
to
got
me.
a little Jesus-y, but it was a fucking
But it did that.
great
It did
album.
what it needed to do.
It was, dude, No Problem was like my favorite song that whole year.
Can I?
Probably.
And this one, I'll take a victory lap because I dunked on myself to start. But let me just take a victory lap. And I don't think many people can touch my victory lap. I've been screaming to the heavens since before I had a microphone in front of me that SZA was a superstar.
I think I got one better than that.
You think you got a superstar better than SZA? I'd love to hear it because we're all in agreement. SZA's a superstar. She's great. But that was one of them once. Listen, Project Z that dropped in 2013. Control. That's 4 years before Control.
That's where I discovered SZA because I like
4 years before Control.
Yeah,
I was
you had-
calling SZA a superstar.
You had Babylon with Kendrick, and then you had a Chance song on there too.
And Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah, but
Yeah, those were my three
I didn't really
favorites.
know Isaiah Rashad back then. I'm saying like
Oh,
when
yeah.
that came out,
Oh yeah.
I listened to the Chance song a lot. I can't remember what the name of the song is
Yeah.
right now.
Warm Winds. I think.
No, Child's Play.
Oh, Child's Play. Yes,
Child's
Warm Winds
Play.
is the Isaiah Rashad song.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
Babylon is Kendrick. But like, yeah, I remember that for sure. I didn't see it becoming as big as it was at the time.
I knew for
As
sure
big as it
SZA
is.
was a superstar. I seen it. It was just her voice, and it was just like if you give her the right production, she is gonna go that way. And she also just had this ability to like as a man, like still somehow like, appreciate her music. So to me, it was a home run. But you said you got one better. Go ahead.
Drake. I was the first one on. I knew he was gonna be a star.
No, but I had Drake on my list because listen, this was before I understood
I didn't
music.
I didn't like Drake back then. I
This
can't
was
take credit.
before.
I didn't even
This
like
was
him.
before I understood music. But I heard "Best I Ever Had," and then the rest of "So Far Gone," and I didn't. like take full credit because I can't comprehend what makes a star, what doesn't. I don't have that same thought that I have now, that same thinking process that I have now. But when I heard that, I just knew that's it. I just knew that's it.
No,
so I actually had him on my list.
I wasn't like a fan of him at first, and I wasn't into it, and it really didn't until Nothing Was the Same came around. I'm like, oh, I'm just kind of not like this guy for his shit is fire. That's like what got me onto Drake because before that, and that's kind of why also the discussion we've had of like why like old Drake doesn't do it for me because that was like I wasn't a fan of it back then. Now obviously I was 10, 11 years old. Or whatever when that shit. So
yeah,
my opinion.
That's why like we can't be like we can't take like an incredible victory lap for it. But
yeah, exactly.
Like I will genuinely say I thought that was a star when I heard it.
Yeah, see, I wasn't I wasn't buying into it at the time or whatever. Like not in like a bad, but it just wasn't my thing.
It just
so, but that's why I have my bias kind of like I'm not really as much into old Drake as I am to like Nothing Was the Same plus that. I do want to just mention that I think it's fair to take a victory lap for this is Tyler.
I was waiting for this.
I was on Tyler first. It's like nah. But yeah, I was. Okay. I knew. Okay. I already knew. As soon as I seen him eat the cockroach.
20 minutes. 20 minutes before Tyler mentioned from Chris is respectable. I'll take that. As soon as I seen him eat
the cockroach, I'm like, yeah, this nigga crazy. Everybody gonna look at this shit. Yeah, he's going somewhere.
It's a very fair victory lap.
What you say? Fuck Steve Harvey.
Because he's up there now with all the people we've mentioned. He's beyond most of them at this point. Mm-hmm. He's a world-renowned superstar at this point. Like it's fucking crazy.
No, he had he was one of the biggest artists this year.
He has the record. His album dropped at the beginning of November. He reached a billion streams quicker than any other album this year.
Yeah,
1 billion streams in like a month, a little over a month.
Yeah, it's gonna be close if GNX outpaces that, but it's like literally almost that pace. So, like, again, for Tyler to be one of the ones that's not the big three, but then to also put up damn near big three numbers, incredible to him.
See, what's up?
Go ahead, finish.
I was just gonna say that's what always like kills me about these like the numbers people on like Twitter and shit, and nobody listens to this and da 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 da. It's like no, a lot of people listen to this. Just because you don't doesn't mean nobody does. Right. It's a big world. There's a lot of music out there.
Before I get into some funny ones.
Before you get off, which side do y'all think A$AP Rocky falls on?
Oh, he's gay.
Huh?
No. I thought the same thing, but I was like, okay. The thing, he's letting me down right now.
I mean, Tyler was just way too close to him.
As far as realized potential, I love Rocky to death, but he kind of falls flat. Because, really, I mean, Testing was cool, but it doesn't hold a candle.
But he was a star.
It doesn't even hold a candle to At Long Last A$AP.
Yeah. So he kind of falls into a different but similar to me is like the Lupe thing of there's so many artists that had like a good 4 to 5 year stretch where they were like they were prominent, they were important, the whole culture got behind these releases, and then it got to a point where either through them like with Rocky it was like he stopped dropping music, so we did move on. Other people, they drop music and then they fall off.
But I feel whatever. But it's like the 5. Yeah, it is kind of always like a 5 year kind of thing.
Window, yeah. Can I name another one that I think will be kind of divisive because I do think there will be people that argue this person, but he did not become one of them once, and that's Gambino.
Shit, I always thought he sucked.
So I thought Gambino coming off of Freaks of Geek camp, that era. I was bought in. I was bought in because of the internet. I was bought into this guy can be a superstar Absolutely.
Yeah,
He had the conceptualness. He had that weird artsiness. He had a good voice to do like pop records. I thought he was gonna be one of them ones.
I think over time.
I probably was the highest.
I think you've liked him more than I, because like I liked Because of the Internet and some of that shit. The camp and whatever was before that, was it Bonfire and whatever. That was a little.
Then the Kauai EP.
Yeah, but
that was after.
Well, because that's kind of like what like Gambino really did it for me on Awaken My Love, which is by no means a rap album either. So it's like that's like what I really liked from Gambino. I don't like him as a rapper that much. I like him as a singer songwriter type of joint. You know what I mean?
A song called like Year 3000 or 3000.
3005.
2005 with Chance. Yeah.
That was like one of the only songs I think I liked by him.
No, that wasn't with Chance. The Worst Guys was with Chance.
Oh yes.
2005 was just himself.
That shit was a
I
banger.
fuck with that.
That was a good. That had to clip his game on a court
That's
side.
when I was fucking with Chance, so it was just like, all right, y'all gonna be no
yeah,
straight.
And that's very like again. That's very when we were in high school type of shit. And that song was a banger. It was a good song. It was a fun song.
All right. I'll rep. Oh, go ahead.
I got one more.
Yeah. Go ahead. I got.
He was supposed to be one of them, bro. I'm sick about it because now he just look like a joke. But Meek Mill.
Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that 100%.
See, that I was out on that one. I was like, I was not a Meek Mill guy. Like I did not ever see.
I've never been a huge fan of him per se, but
he has good songs. Don't get me wrong, but I never listened to him. I was in the Dat Piff era, so I was in the Meek era, and I still could not like. I was listening to other shit.
But when you look at the.
But I feel you. There's a section of people that feel that way for sure. Probably a big section.
What's the song? Dreams and Nightmares or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That song, that's one of the biggest rap songs of all time.
Facts.
Yeah, literally for sure of our era.
There is nobody that's a fan of rap music, even still to this day. I think that
I love that record.
If you say, "Hold up, wait a minute," y'all thought I was finished. Like, there's nobody that doesn't know what the fuck that is. That was a cultural fucking moment when that happened.
I remember when that shit first came out. I was banging that shit.
So that's what I expected.
In
I expected it to be that for his career when that happened.
Let me just say another one, and this hurts my soul because he's a friend. Shout out to him. Our boy, friend of the show, potentially could be on the show sometime soon. Our boy John Connor. That was, dude.
That was legit.
All I was about.
Of label shit.
That was all I was about in high school. All I was on was John Connor, and I thought he was gonna be one of them ones. And there was some politics involved. But yeah, I want to sit down and have that discussion. But that was one where I thought he was gonna be the ones, and I still revere him as for what all the skill sets that he had. When he built that momentum, he still has, and he's actually improved on. He just didn't get it to translate with the mass. So let me transition to another question because we can go on all day. I got a list of 20 people, but I don't want to just keep naming that. Who were people that ended up being the ones that you didn't expect? Because I'll go first. I didn't think Kendrick was one of them ones. I didn't think that. The first time I heard him, I was like, this guy is really good, and I really, really like Kendrick, but I never saw a world in which Kendrick captivated such a wide audience. I didn't think Kendrick was going to be one of them ones. I thought Kendrick was a very good artist that I would personally love, but I didn't see him having this mass appeal that he has. Like, and Travis Scott was another one too. That sound, I liked it. I didn't see
I remember when
I didn't see the commercial appeal.
Came out
I didn't see the commercial appeal of it. And maybe I'm just blind and ignorant.
One for me was Uzi, because I found Uzi very, very early. I found him before you did. Mm-hmm. It was my first year in college. I was at the community college. and I found like it was like Love Is Rage 1 kind of just came out. And I found him. I remember specifically. I came home between classes because I had to eat like lunch or something, and I like went to YouTube and I found Uzi right at that moment. I remember it very vividly, and I really liked it, but I saw it at the time. I'm like, this isn't gonna blow into anything.
Yeah.
That's like what I was thinking. I'm like, this is cool. I really like it, but I can see
You couldn't
this not
see the
being
widespread.
I could see this not catching on, and then very shortly after that, it became a pretty fucking big thing. And I'll also say Cardi is another one because I was
also on the
because I was listening to Cardi back when he was with Awful Records.
Yeah.
Like that was I heard Cardi like 15-year-old Cardi, 16-year-old Cardi when he first started. And we loved that shit in high school. That was big, like in between like our classes. Mm-hmm. That was really, bro. Any party you go to, it was like Broke Boy and shit was playing and whatever.
Facts.
And then, so that was huge. And like, that was another person. I'm like, okay, I see. This is very niche to our school and whatever, and we like this shit. I don't see it really going as far out of this.
Birdie,
and then it ended up turning into a huge thing.
I would say Juice WRLD. Even though he passed away.
I did think
I thought he was a superstar.
I thought he was gonna be a one-hit wonder. And
yeah, I'm thinking that this Lucid Dream shit was just gonna carry over.
Cool. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he really was just coming in knocking shit out. Like, especially, I think his ability to freestyle was like a big part of like.
I didn't see X either.
I didn't see Triple X either. Like the Juice,
I was gonna say them too.
The Juice, like the main like fan base of like Juice WRLD fans, like. They don't play about that shit
at all.
They are so fucking ride or die for him, and so like, yeah, I could agree with that. I didn't see it being such a cult following kind of thing that it turned into what it ended up being.
Yeah, I know. I'm the only one in this room just because we've already mentioned it, but I'm just gonna be fair to myself and and hold myself accountable where I was right, where I was wrong. Where I was wrong, I know I'm the only one in this room, but Tyler. I didn't see anywhere near this. I didn't see anywhere near this.
Because that also goes back to the history of mine and yours friendship. Because I was a fan of Tyler, very young, and you weren't into it, like because I
was right about Earl Sweatshirt. Thank God I was right about Earl Sweatshirt.
Nah, he's still cold. Shout out Earl, but
he had moments. He was alright.
No, he's a phenomenal rapper. Anyway,
at a time. Pop Smoke was another one. I didn't see coming.
That time is today. Pop Smoke, yeah, I didn't.
Really... I heard it and I liked it personally. I didn't think it would catch on the way it did. And DaBaby as well. DaBaby's another one for me. Shout out Money Murr. That's another one to me. Like I didn't think he would have that. He would have that moment. Lil Yachty too.
Yachty was, dude. Well,
I didn't think Yachty was gonna be. That's another
person, like summer of 2016 when the first Lil Boat album came out, like that was a big fucking deal. Like me and my friends listened to that shit all fucking stuff. Like me and like Jason, shout out Jason Thomas, shout out like the whole summer that was our fucking shit. We're listening to Minnesota and all that. The first couple of really big Yachty songs, and yeah, I could say I didn't see that going anywhere really. I thought that was gonna kind of stay stagnant.
You got any before? What?
No, I will say August 26th is one of my favorite mixtapes of all time.
I hate Post Malone.
I know, but that mixtape is so. I don't like anything outside of that, but that for his first project ever is so fucking good.
Well, no, I don't like him either. I'm just saying in terms of like where you wouldn't expect to be where he.
He's got yeah.
No, I never expected somebody that ugly and talentless to be a star.
No, he's got Larry June on that bitch. He's got fucking Jeremiah on there. It's
Post
so
Malone
good.
has some fire. I don't really like Post Malone, but he has some fire on me first.
No, I don't like him anymore.
I'm
not listening to Post Malone by any means. But I'm just like that first shit was fantastic. It was so good.
It was some good shit. The remix he did to Window Shopper, fire.
Yeah, he did that, and on that first one too, he covered a Fleetwood Mac song too. That was like the Thunder Only Happens When It's Raining, or whatever. He did a good. No, that shit was fire.
The range of cultural appropriation.
I will never. Yeah, but you gotta keep in mind this is before he was anything. He was a young kid and whatever. But it's good. I can't deny that it's good. The rest of it, I don't care about the rest of his discography at all. You can keep everything else. But that first project was great.
Do you got any before we move on to the final part of this? You got any other ones that you didn't think were the one and they ended up being the one? Any of the ones you heard and you was like, oh yeah, it's cool or whatever. I didn't think, or even like
Honestly,
me, you liked it. You just didn't see the broader appeal.
Honestly, I feel like Pop Smoke was also one.
Yeah,
of them
that's
too.
yeah.
Not to keep mentioning dead motherfuckers,
Yeah.
but Pop Smoke like really was catching wind.
But when you heard it, you thought it was cool, but you didn't think that sound would catch on.
yeah, I didn't think like none of that New York drill was really about to be as.
Yeah.
big
I
as
didn't
some
think it
of
was going to be a thing like it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I won't really. I
yeah,
still
like
don't
how
really
like
fuck with
him
it
and
like that,
Fabio,
but-
like yeah, like you didn't think that was. I didn't think that was gonna. I liked it, but I didn't think it was gonna go like that.
I didn't see mainstream hip hop kind of turning into drill.
Yeah. All right, so let's close with this. Call some ones. Call some ones right now. Mine's easy because I've been saying it for years, and I continue to be more and more right as time goes on. Doechii.
I was going to say the same thing.
I've been saying it for years. Go back to the history of my rap talks. I've been saying it for years. Doechii.
That's actually what I was going to say is I'm still banking on Smino's going to cross the threshold one day. I'm not entirely unconvinced.
Do you think I'm not with that, or I'm not against that, I should say. But cross the threshold in what sense? I think he can have a chart topping record. But do I think that Smino becomes one of them mainstream guys? No, but I think he has a moment where he reaches that.
Not
that's
necessarily.
that's where I would say he lies. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he consistently, like, to me one of them ones is one of them like you're consistently at like a name.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think Smino has the ability to have like a hit that like
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying is like
He can go up a
He's
level.
one person I'm really holding out hope for is what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying it's going to happen, but because he is.
But to answer
'cause
my question,
I can see where it's an acquired taste, but I really think that he is one of the most creative fucking people in the entire rap game in general. I think he really there's nobody. He is his own fucking thing, and there's nothing like him.
so
Like,
you're thinking that he can reach, just because I want to clarify my question versus yours is like, or versus your statement is that like you think he can reach that level where he is one of them ones consistently, or are you saying like he'll break through, like he has like that hit record, that smash record that like
I think
everybody loves?
I think it still can happen.
Okay.
It's gonna be a small because obviously, like maybe Nirvana was very structurally like a mixtape, and he kind of did the same thing during the pandemic. He did, what was it called? She said, what was it called? Remember he did that mixtape during the pandemic? It was
where he was just remixing shit. Yeah, that was fire.
Wait, hold up. Smino, she already decided. That's what it's called. So this seems like kind of an in between for him too, but I want to see him fucking do it. I mean, if you want to say like, I will say Tyler is like still just on the cusp of being
Going up another level.
entirely like fucking household name. He's like he's right there because this album, it's crazy with him because he grows with every album. It's like you don't see that a lot, like where it's consistent that every album he's still 15 years.
I think
in the
Mac
game,
had that too.
15 years in the game, he's still fucking collecting fans as he goes along. Is crazy.
Yeah, I think Mac had that too.
Yeah,
Birdie, call your shot. I like that you're freestyling this, by the way.
I'm gonna put my money on. Are we talking about people that we think is about to be a
Yeah,
superstar?
just one of them ones. Yeah, will be one of them ones.
Well, you got your favorite.
Is Anderson crossed over?
I don't think he.
I
Gonna be
love
one.
You think
Anderson.
it's gonna-
Anderson
it-
was one of them
it's-
ones
it's
I
its
took a
own
victory
thing,
lap
like-
on. If
He's
you do an
got-
album with Bruno, you already
It's
get
too
victory lap.
cultish and don't really expand outside of the.
What's
cone.
that?
Yeah.
That's why I don't think he is, and like he kind of already like has peak status for
Who?
real.
Yeah.
Yeet. I know you're talking about.
Oh,
Yeet.
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Yeet, but
Yeah, I don't think he
Rio
goes up a
the
level.
young OG.
I think
Superstar.
Rio the young OG.
I'm not. I don't.
I don't wanna
I don't
hate it.
hate what you're saying.
No, I
but
just think he about to blow up though, bigger, 10 times bigger.
there
than
is
this
a
right now.
there,
That's
there
basically what I
is
was
this
saying.
overarching.
Do I think he about to be
thing about-
charting, doing number ones, this, that, and third? No, but I do think that he about to be seen way more than he was prior to him going to jail.
The Detroit shit is the thing is that, and we like it's got a lot more recognition in the past couple of years, like specifically maybe or the past probably like 6 years or so. It's got a lot of people. I mean, it's definitely influenced the style of mainstream fucking hip hop in a lot of ways. It's a lot faster paced. It's a lot of the same sounds are being used in the production. Like and the lingo, the flows, like it definitely has been adapted overall. But there's always this overarching umbrella with Detroit artists because they look at Sada Baby. Sada Baby was on a great fucking run, and it just seems like the sound is too specific to the area to where it never gets quite to the point of past it. Like, you know what I mean?
Look,
It's like
it's a lot of different cities like adapting to our sound too. So I feel like it's still more at a growing point than
it is.
we hit the ceiling and
Like
there's
on
no more
the
to
contrary,
offer.
where like the West Coast sound has had time to figure itself out, but that also is very regional. It's very it's not gonna
It takes
appeal to the entire country.
It takes having a superstar like a Kendrick leaning all the way into it for it to translate past regional.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, and that's just it. It's like
Because that's a West Coast album
but-
that's obviously transcended regionally. Because
now,
it couldn't do
also,
the numbers.
Also,
it's
the
doing.
difference is that the West Coast sound is already far more developed than the Detroit sound technically
Right.
is. But yeah, that's what I mean. Is like when it comes to the Detroit thing, I'd love to see somebody absolutely fucking blow up because you already know the whole city's behind whoever that is for the most part. Like, you know,
Absolutely.
it's just the problem is that it seems like every Detroit artist is stuck under this umbrella of not being quite able to push past the boundaries of the city and like the people who end up finding it outside of the city. Like, because again, looking at it like with, you know, T Grizzly, who like, I mean, he has a pretty national following and is, his style of music is definitely very Detroit. Maybe it's because of him, maybe it's because of whatever, but it never seemed to quite realize itself at the end of the day. His potential and whatever, and Sada Baby, and I mean that's what I'm curious, like where Babytron goes,
Yeah.
because he's got like
He also had the Eminem boost too.
He has that. He's the next person I've seen that has like actual reach outside of the umbrella of Detroit.
I agree.
So it's interesting to see where he goes. Like, so Rio, going back to the point, is like, do you think he can be that? Do you think he can get past that umbrella?
Do we think a Detroit star in general can be born based off of that style? And I think the answer is yes.
I think it's possible too.
He's from
It's
Flint,
just-
by the way.
Huh?
Yeah.
He's from Flint, by the way.
Oh, he's from Flint.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, my bad. But they're Flint and Detroit are it's the same. It's very similar style music, you know. But either way, yeah. So I'm curious to see where that goes. I think it's entirely possible for a Detroit artist to break that threshold, but
Absolutely.
it's just about who.
All right, boys. We called our shots on one of them ones. We went through our hits. We went through our misses. We did all of that. Let us know in the comments below. Who are some of them ones? Who are you right about? Who are you wrong about? Who do you think is one of them ones going forward. Let us know on the Rap Cave podcast. Again, continue to submit to us ideas. We want to continue to feed the community that we are building. So please make suggestions for us on topics. We will definitely do videos. We want to get into more of these. We'll have our weekly episodes, but we want to get into having more of these sub episodes, these side quests as we're called, to tap into those and really just give everybody what they want. Not just the news part of it, but also kind of give y'all the content that y'all really want. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, help the channel grow. We appreciate y'all. As always, I am Chris Platte, aka Platte Pods, with my dogs Birdie and Crisp Apples. We will catch y'all on the next video. Peace out.
Peace.